and gentlemen, welcome down this morning. Exciting times, everybody getting ready. Just giving you guys a bit of a heads up about a few of our sponsors. A big thanks up to Adelaide Showground, Rod Train Promotions, Hey Chocolates, The Lunch Lady, One Stop Printing, Nikki Wallace Designs, Hellcat Clothing, Suitcase Photography, Little Adelaide Rollers, Isogenics, Rydell Skates, BSS Audio, Green Monster, Radar Wheels and Radar Skates. To all of our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, letting you know that if you're enjoying yourselves and you're sticking around for the after party, that is going to be happening here at the showgrounds. You do not need to leave the venue. The after party is here at the showgrounds. You do not need to leave the venue. You just keep your party pants on, ladies and gentlemen. Just letting everyone know that we like to keep the chairs behind the dotted line, not behind the suicide line, just so people have got room to sit on the floor if they want. So if you've got some chairs, make sure they're behind the dotted line, not behind the suicide line. Just to give room for everyone that wasn't as organised as you. Looking like Victoria's getting ready, guys. About to be joined by my other commentators. My name's Misinformed. It's going to be with you most of the
and I'm This American Australian.
And I'm Mike Riot, all the way from New Zealand. Loving being here.
We've got a great
Okay, and I believe we're live here. I'm Psycho Doco for Townsville Roller Derby.
And I'm Melodrama from Inner West Roller Derby League in Sydney.
We're currently here on track 1, day 3 of TGSS, and we are about to announce to you guys the fantastic Div 1 semi-final between the VRDL Victorian Roller Derby League
and SRDL Sydney Roller Derby League.
Now we're trying our best. It is day 3. We are a little husky, as you can probably tell, but we are going to get you guys through this fantastic bout. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited.
Yes, indeed. And we have skating for Sydney Roller Derby League. Great Balls of Fire, Death Biffo, Tail Her Swift, Anne O'War, Peggy Spew, Husky Hellhound, Stacey DC, Miss Sindol, Freda Cox, Juicy Vengeance, Smack Tustica, Slayer Kenny, Annabelle Lecter and Violet Van Slam. And sitting on the bench we have Mr. Spew doing the coaching and your mum is doing the managing.
I didn't know Mum came down. Hey, Mum. And then rolling out there for VRDL we have Anaconda, Bianca Schiaretta, Calamity Mame, Skatebush, Dynamite, Giles, Screw Barrymore, Mad Ballerina, who has promised us she's going to pull out some pirouettes for us.
Many.
Perky Nana, Chuck, Swish Caraboom, Tubba Lamb Slam. Matt is on the bench, and also on the bench we have Flaming Galar. Also there on the bench we have Tui Lion, who injured herself on day 1 out here at TGSS. I'm sure Tui's pretty disappointed with that, but she's still here, decked in resplendent VRDL gear, ready to support her team.
And starting on the jammer line, we have Anna War from SRDL and Mad Melorina starting with her traditional bum touch.
She loves the bum touch.
Who doesn't love a bum touch? And if Mad Melorina was out there, I'd be saying me now, me.
Please, please, it's my turn.
Referees are poised. And they're off.
Mad Melorina just grabbing one of her blockers there, reefing her back to get in the way of the SRD jammer there.
And Anna Vor having trouble getting through a trio of blockers there from VRDL, holding her right back. Her blockers having to come and rescue her a little bit.
She's still not found that space. And Mad Melorina with an apex jump has got herself a grand slam to start this bout off.
Counts as a grand slam, but doesn't count as a pirouette, so a little disappointing from the commentary box here. Anna War having to paddle back to the back of the pack there, still trying to make it through for her initial pass. That face shield just not helping her at all.
Absolutely not to her advantage at all at the moment. And Matt Melorina getting taken on the outside by SRD. She had to pedal back way to the back of the pack as well. Some nice work here from the SRD blockers.
That'd be Juicy Vengeance and Husky Hellhound working it really well, but Mad Melorina too fancy with the footwork, getting 5 points.
She's got some pretty smooth moves.
Yes, and she skates very well as well. Anyway, Anna Wall gets it through on the inside line for her initial pass. Mad Melorina doesn't care because she scored 1,000,000 points and she calls that jam off.
But VRDL are going to be starting this jam a little bit short. They've got 2 blockers sitting there on the bench.
VRDL, as an average, are a little bit short, which I quite enjoy.
It's always good to see the shorter players on the track giving him hell.
Taylor Swift up on the jam line for SRDL.
And we've got Swish Caraboom out there for VRDL.
Great balls of fire. Skating in some cut-off denim jeans there. I love that woman's style. If nothing else, she is stylish.
Oh, and she's got some good moves there as well.
Yeah, she can skate good as well.
And SRD breaks through to lead jammer, and they've got some fans in the crowd here today.
Yes, indeed. They were very, very early in the morning, up and around.
Swish Caraboom making it through there as well, and she's very vocal to her pack, telling them where she wants them, but
smacks past the car, making some room there for Taylor Swift, who then calls off the jam. Scoreboard leads 12 points to VRDL, 4 points to Sydney.
VRDL still have a blocker in the bin. Bianca Schiaretto obviously was far too naughty for the referees.
She's too naughty for me.
She's too naughty for everybody.
She's standing up though, so she'll be joining the pack very, very soon. And you can count on VRDL holding the pack back there just to give her the chance to join in. They don't like her missing out.
No, they don't. They want everyone to be involved in the fun.
That's right, naughty chair or not.
And the skater formerly known as G-Bagger Giles out there with the star on for VRDL.
And Missendal trying to muddle her way through the pack there. That's certainly enough to give you a headache. But Missendal trying to make her way around the inside and then the outside and then the middle of the pack. She makes it through but gets pushed out of bounds.
Peggy Spew, one of the blockers out there for SRD, is doing some great work there, trying to clear some space for her jammer.
She is quite focused, Peggy.
Oh, Giles. We haven't had a pirouette yet from Mad Melorina, but Giles with a nice little pirouette there to get through at the end. Takes her 4 points and calls off the jam.
If either of us had very much of a voice left, we could perhaps cheer and chant pirouette, pirouette.
Absolutely, but I don't know if being that loud would be that good for our wonderful folks at home.
Anna Wall, captain of SRDL, she's back up on the jammer line.
And Anaconda.
A battle of the Annas.
Yes. And Anaconda just made it look way too easy on the outside line there.
Freda Cox chasing after Anaconda, giving her a bit of a boof, but not enough to send her out. Freda Cox, another one of the Sydney players, choosing to wear the face guard there. She is, of course, quite short, which makes her more vulnerable to getting hit in the face.
Yeah, it's not good being around elbow height out on the track.
Anna Wall makes her way through the pack. So Anaconda calling that jam off, giving her no opportunity to score. Mad Melorina up on the penalty line, up at the jam line, I mean. She's up against Taylor Swift.
Now let's see if we can get a pirouette out of this one. I think we're going to see a pirouette in this jam. I'm calling it early.
You're calling it early.
But
That's a lot of confidence
It's
there.
going to happen.
A lot of confidence, Cyclone.
She's had her warm-up lap, and now she's pumped and excited. And I think Mad Ballerina is going to bust out a pirouette for us.
I'm not convinced Mad Ballerina needs much of a warm-up for the pirouette. I think she sleeps pirouetting.
I think so.
Arms flying away. She does not get lead jam, but Taylor Swift is out in front. That is an absolute coup for Sydney.
Indeed it is. It is massive there for Sydney. But Mad Ballerina is hot on her tail. I believe she's going to call off the jam before she gets through with Mad Ballerina so close behind her.
A lot of communication there between the Victorians. They hoy out all the time to each other, and they also use fancy hand signals that look like spirit fingers. Stacey Deasy very proud of her achievement, as she should be.
Indeed. 2 quick points up on the board there for Sydney Roller Derby League, and she calls it off before Mad Mel even got a chance to touch one of the SRD players.
No bottom touch.
No touchy.
No bottom touch. Missindol.
Swish Caribou.
She is Missindol stalking up the back there, taking her time, getting into the pack there, rumbling like nothing else. Annabelle Lecter trying to give her a hand there. Great balls of fire. Look, using lots of charging. However, it's a power jam.
It is power jam. We've got Swish Caribou. She has found her way to the penalty bin, the Rydell penalty box, and she's in trouble with the referees.
However, Missindol having a lot of trouble getting through the blockers there.
She may have the power jam, but I don't know if she's got the power at the moment. VRDL blockers are all over her.
Slayer Kinney, Annabelle Lecter, and Great Balls of Fire there, trying to make some holes there, but trying to also break the pack. Not deliberately, of course. That'd be naughty.
Oh, absolutely, not deliberately. But VRDL, it makes it very hard to break the pack when the pack's not even moving. They're just that solid, that line.
I feel that Swish Caribou kind of snuck out and caught Great Balls of Fire by surprise. There's been a star pass happen. Slayer Kinney is now the jammer. Missindol having enough of the pinball routine there. Trying to...
Cannot blame her. She was being bounced around like nobody's business.
She's not a large woman.
She's not.
She's a very, very strong woman, though. She's a bit like an ant. But certainly a good
but
idea.
Mighty. Like a chihuahua. Small but mighty.
A chihuahua ant. Slayer Kinney struggling to get through without crossing, doing a track cut. Wow, all the words have left this morning, haven't they?
They have indeed.
Maybe I need to start some sugar.
So at the moment, we actually have no lead jammer on the track because Swish Caribou obviously going and spending some time in the Rydell penalty box, and SRDL jammer has not made through their initial pass yet.
Yeah, but anyway, you need to keep your jammer as the jammer. You can't do a star pass.
So we're going to have a full 2 minutes and Swish Caribou with a grand slam there to finish off the jam.
Victoria streaking out in front, 50 points, playing Sydney 6. It's not beyond Sydney to come back from this sort of lead.
That lead is definitely doable. A couple of power jams and they will be right back in it.
Freda Cox, being the friendly Irish woman that she is, saying g'day to Giles on the jam line.
Giving the skater formerly known as G-Banger Giles a little hello. Top of the morning to you. I apologise to any Irish people out there, I'm sorry.
Kana Satortu is what she actually said.
Giles blasting out in front there for VRDL. Oh no, and it looks like we've got Freda Cox heading to the sit bin. She's going to the right up penalty box, so VRDL have themselves a power jam, and Giles will definitely be looking to streak this lead out here for VRDL.
With the very short penalties, 30 seconds, that should be a little bit more merciful, but VRDL, of course, happy to punish any mistake that any other team makes.
But unfortunately there, a mistake from Giles. It doesn't happen very often, but she's been called for a forearm.
That's good news for Freda Cox. That means she doesn't have to stay in the penalty box. You only generally have one jammer in the penalty box.
Freda Cox spent a majority of her penalty time in there. I think it was a full 20 seconds, so Giles is going to have to stay in there for a full 20 seconds as well.
Yes, indeed. They do the matching of the penalty times there with jammers. Freda Cox, no stranger to tiptoeing around the edge.
She tiptoed around the tulips, and that was beautiful to watch. It was some very nice footwork there, getting around the outside.
And Giles standing up in the penalty box, meaning she only has 10 seconds to go. That would be a signal, of course, for Freda to get stuff happening. She's certainly trying.
SRDL definitely saw Giles coming there. The blockers were well and truly ready for her coming out of the box. Giles still managing to find herself at the Grand Slam there. Not 100% sure on what happened there. I don't think she actually...
That does actually seem a little odd to me because, you know, at the very least you don't count Freda.
She came out of the penalty box and was behind the other jammer. I'm not 100% sure, but, you know, the referees are fabulous officials, always doing a great job.
Freda Cox putting on the petrol there, calling the inside line, scoring 4 points. And there's a tip for young announcers out there. Don't try to eat a snake while you're commentating.
It's always hard to get the words out when you get a snake in your mouth.
It kind of went down the wrong way. Taylor Swift on the penalty line up against Anaconda. And a big shout out here to all of the referees and non-skating officials. They have had an absolute blinder. The tournament has been fantastic. It's
been amazing. It's been great. The officials have been fabulous. All of our referees and our non-skating officials have been fantastic, working so hard to make sure that everybody knows what's going down.
They've also been turning up nice and early and teasing us all with their wraps. By wraps, I mean food, not like, you know.
There's no wiggy happening.
No, definitely can't abide the wiggy.
All right, and we have Mad Melorita back out there for VRDL. Still have not seen a pirouette from her.
No pirouettes, 0 on the pirouette scale. And we all know what that means for the after party.
Not too many shots so far.
And by shots we mean immunisation, because here at Roller Derby we encourage responsible drinking and responsible immunisation.
Absolutely. Mad Melorita finding her space way too easy.
She had to use a little bum charge on Juicy Vengeance there, but no pirouette. Disappointed.
Mad Melorita is definitely a big fan of the bum touching.
Missendol making her way through, keeps getting forced out of bounds. She's caught behind the blocker wall. Her blockers are trying to help her through, and that finally works. Slayer Kinney doing a great job making a little hold there.
Mad Ballerina just with a little hopper on the outside.
Flaming Galar, the bench manager from Victoria, telling Mad Ballerina to call it off without a pirouette. No pirouette, he said. No pirouette, just keep skating straight way.
I just really can't believe that we are still pirouetteless.
Pirouetteless. The score is 0. Zero pirouettes.
0. We did issue the challenge out to Mad Ballerina to see how many she could get, and she did accept.
She accepted. It's not like she walked away going, "You're silly commentators."
Crazy ladies.
Crazy ladies. Anna Vore, look of determination. She's on the jam line for Sydney. She's up against
Swish.
Oh, Swish Caraboom.
Swish Caraboom.
Don't chuck your Swish Caraboom at me.
Look, chuck yourself.
Swish Caraboom is through. Anna War towing the outside line there. She gets caught for a track cut.
I thought it was going to happen. So did she. She was hopeful, but not quite so lucky.
She has to do some time in the Rydell penalty box.
That was some fast skating there to get to the Rydell penalty box. It was
they
very
don't dawdle. I do love that about Sydney. They take it very, very seriously. They are focused on the little things that make the game better.
Absolutely. The faster they get in there, the faster they get out of there.
Annabelle Lecter yelling at her crew from Sydney there, telling them to wall up, and that totally works.
Big hit from Chuck there at the back of pack, though.
Oh, bigger hit from Violet Van Slam as well. Violet Van Slam, the chicken lady from Sydney.
Oh, Trust 2000s wouldn't.
Swish Caraboom having a little cuddle with Great Balls of Fire, but that doesn't work. She goes for a cuddle with Annabelle Lecter. Smackstastica says, rub my bum, but that doesn't happen. Swish Caraboom hangs at the back, waits to see what to do. She just waits for a hole and runs through it.
That just opened up beautifully there for her. It's always good to find those open holes that just open up for you. Now we've got these jammers hot on each other's tails. I believe Swish Caraboom is probably going to try and get a couple quick points and then call it off, which she does. She doesn't look entirely happy with her pack out there, though. Swish Caraboom with a couple of choice words there. I believe it's all constructive criticism, though. It's all positive there from VRDL. And Giles is back out there on the line.
She's up against Slayer Kinney.
And this is the 5-second call, the longest 5 seconds of the game. Giles getting tapped out on the line there.
Juicy Vengeance managing to shove her down, forcing her to go backwards to avoid the track cut. Terrific work there from Juicy.
Some nice blocking there from the SRDL blockers. They're doing some great work.
They did work very hard on that technique.
We have a pirouette from Giles. Seems that every other jammer wants to get in on this pirouette action.
I think there was only one challenge thrown out though, so no pirouettes counted yet.
And we've got ourselves a VRDL power jam with Slayer Kinney in troubles, taking the seat in the right L penalty box.
Husky Hellhound trying to hold Giles back to no avail though. She returns to the wall.
VRDL charging down SRD blockers, trying to open up
Stacey
the space.
DC not wanting to let her get away, but unfortunately has to because you do have to remain in the pack.
Stay within the engagement zone.
Freda Cox yelling stuff out. I'm sure it's all good stuff. There's some switching around there. Slayer Kinney back on the track. Copping a pounding there in the back from the Victorian blockers. However, she is joined now by the SRDL blockers, and that certainly makes a hole for her to get through. Juicy Vengeance going for some big hits there, managing to put Giles on her bum. Are we allowed to say bum on the boutcast?
I believe we are.
Bum.
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 Taylor Swift on the jam line.
Head to head with Anaconda.
Anaconda. I would say stay away from Anna.
She conned her.
Some very unusual surnames here for skaters.
Indeed, there are.
Yeah, some very funky parents out there naming their children these things.
It intrigues me as to what the heritage might be.
Anaconda out in front, lead jammer.
Taking a moment to take a quick look at her bench, see what her bench manager, Flaming Galar, is telling her to do.
Perky Nana swapping out of the the Rydell penalty box with Calamity Main. They've been good.
Anaconda blasting herself out in front, got her 4 points and calls it off just as Taylor Swift was about to come around and score some points. Some much needed points there for Sydney Roller Derby League.
Indeed. Mad Melorina, another opportunity for some pirouettes. She's looking for the bum touch. Screw Barrymore says no. Screw Barrymore denies Mad Melorina. Isindol does a little investigation there. Can I get a piece of this action? No. Oh, can't open up. Let me through.
Squeezy, squeezy, oh so squeezy.
Should use some Vaseline. Doesn't work. Death Bivo trying to help out Missindol.
This is always why you BYO lube. So it would have helped it slide right through there. Skate lube I'm talking about.
Yes, of course. Missindol at the front, however, not able to get past those two blockers. Freda Cox trying to help out.
And
Oh,
Mad
Vale.
Melorina. One skate, inside line, see you later.
One skate and a skip does not make a pirouette, though. Mad Melorina, I am very disappointed right now.
Still no pirouettes.
Missindol, very persistent. She is a persistent person. She manages to make her way through, past the blockers there.
Smacktastica there with a fabulous hit on Mad Melorina.
Smacktastica does some pretty big hits. I love Smacks's big hits. And who wouldn't?
We have a timeout called by Sydney Roller Derby League.
Time for them to consolidate their play. They're 100 behind, but they're not playing like it.
They're not, indeed. This scoreline definitely does not lead to the quality of this game that's happening right now. There is some fantastic skating out here, some big hits happening. It's a beautiful thing to watch. It's great derby. It's great derby. It's absolutely, fantastic to see. TGSS, massive tournament that's been happening here all weekend, and the quality of the players that have come from all over Australia is just fantastic. I know that I'm very excited that this is where it is at.
I'm certainly very excited to be spending time with you during the grand finals and then the after party. Oh, no, that won't be happening. Certainly, we should do a quick shout out to the Adelaide Showground. Not only are they putting on this tournament, but they're putting on the after party as well.
Mad Melorina, someone I was enjoying spending time with.
I'm melodrama. I don't do pirouettes.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
That'll be awkward. Juicy Vengeance on the jam line for Sydney.
Swiss Caraboom on there for VRDL. And yes, I am Psycho Dyko. This is Melodrama, and we are having fun. We hope you guys are too, because this is a great game we've got going on. And Swiss Caraboom out in front, lead jammer.
Juicy Vengeance trying to sneak through the outside line, but forced out of bounds. Those Victorian blockers are certainly well onto it. They know where everything is. It's kind of creepy in that Jedi sort of creepy way.
There's definitely some mind tricks happening out there, I think.
Flaming Galah is just a magnetic pole of psychic knowledge.
And trouble here for SRDL with their jammer, Juicy Vengeance, sitting down in the RDL penalty box. So Swiss Caraboom with some spirit fingers out there on the track. I believe that it was a call to her team telling exactly what she wanted and where she was going to be.
I think she was just trying to look pretty. Stacey DC and Husky Hellhound trying to hold back the tide there, no avail.
Juicy Vengeance now standing up in the bin, so I believe Swiss Caraboom will probably try and get 1 or 2 quick points and then call off the jam.
Sent off. Violet Van Slam, one of the blockers from Sydney, getting sent off to the RDL penalty box for a back block, I think.
Swiss Caraboom taking out the inside line, and I'm surprised to see she's not calling off the jam.
Perky Nana joining Violet Van Slam in the penalty box. She is not happy with that call.
She does not look impressed at all.
Victorian not afraid to express their emotions there when they're unhappy with a call. It's an unusual situation for players.
All of the players understand that our officials are out there doing their best, but not everybody's happy all the time.
Violet Van Slam rejoining the pack there. She'll be forming a wall with her teammates. She's actually trying to help Juicy Vengeance past one of the blockers. It was great work there. Juicy managing to score 1 point. And Taylor Swift up on the jam line. Now, one of the things we've seen through the bouts that have happened this weekend has been an issue of fitness. Teams have come out and used very fast techniques, skating around like demons, and then getting to the second half and looking like death. This is not going to be an issue for either of these two teams today. They are both super fit and able to skate as long as you want.
They are super fit, and they get to the second half and don't even look like they've broken a sweat. Quite a few of these players, they're just phenomenal. It is outstanding quality derby happening.
Taylor Swift having difficulty tiptoeing through the tulips there. Accidentally crosses the track there.
I'm sure it wasn't on purpose.
No, Taylor wouldn't do that.
No.
And she gets sent to the RDL penalty box. Death Biffo spending some time on the outside track there. Not sure what she's doing. I'm not sure what she's doing.
I'm not sure if she's sure. Oh, nice footwork there from Giles.
Giles using one foot and then the other, managing to stay in bounds.
It was a great little psych move there.
Flaming Galah yelling to his team to lock it. Not sure what that means.
Just for a second there, I thought they were saying rocket, but you know.
No, not rocket.
Lock it.
Rocket.
Giles just
charging her way past Great Balls of Fire.
She was not going to take no for an answer there. Now, I'm not sure if you can see on the cameras at home when they do the lap of the track, but I just have to mention there is a marvellous morph suit happening down in Suicide City. I believe that might be a VRDL fan, head to toe blue.
I'm sure Maladjusted, who is operating the camera, is going to be panning across to that. periodically. Taylor Swift through the pack. Now past the jammer. She's completed her initial pass and the jam gets called off.
Giles decides, I'll take my Grand Slam and let you just skate as much as you want. And then calls off the jam. My colleague here getting a little bit excited. We've got a couple of blockers in the bin. She was a little concerned that SRD hadn't seen that. But they bet she was all over it. And we've got Anaconda, lead jammer out there for VRDL.
And Anna War, the battle of the Anns. She's making her way through. One skate on the inside line, one skate on the outside line, and she's through.
That was some fantastic work. There's some big hits coming from Anna War.
Oh, Stacey DC managing to knock Anaconda out of bounds. Terrific work there, allowing Anna War to get 2 points. Some great teamwork there.
Anaconda doesn't look very impressed with that. But that's unfortunately the way the cookie crumbles.
Mad Mallarina on the jam line for Victoria. Is this the round that we're going to see the pirouettes?
Is this, ladies and gentlemen, going to be
We
the
want
moment?
pirouettes.
Oh, we see the pirouette.
Give us some pirouettes, Mel. She's got 2 bottoms touched. Surely that's worth a pirouette. She's sidewards. She's gearing up for one. She's going backwards. She's out of bounds. Smastastica doing a fantastic job there. She's all over her. Juicy Vengeance.
There we go. We have a pirouette.
I missed the pirouette.
We've had our first pirouette. This happens. What's going on?
Flaming Galar desperately trying to tell his team to slow down, make Sydney do the work, because while Mad Ballerina is speeding around, it makes it easier to score some points. However, Missindol managing to score 2 big points for Sydney.
Very happy with herself, and as she should be. That was some excellent work out there for SRD. Missindol, sorry, my apologies. Missindol. As it was some fantastic work to get those 2 well-earned points.
Certainly, and that was certainly a team effort, that one. Anna War on the jam line.
Swish Karaboom.
And a sneaky under the crutch. Star pass in the engagement zone there.
I believe that was actually through the legs of a VRDL player as well.
Yes.
So it was like a whole tunnel ball motion.
Under the Vic
there.
crutch is what I meant. However, the star hasn't gone on anyone's helmet yet. Of course, it can only go on the pivot's helmet, so we're still waiting.
She's still got it in her hand, so this is a good sign. I believe it's going to be on any moment now.
Anna War unable to score any points. Obviously, she has given up the right to be the jammer.
Some excellent pack work there for VRDL, but she's made it through.
She has made it through.
The star, it's on. The star is on. We are ready to score some points here for SRD.
And that, I believe, is Annabelle Lecter.
Swish Karaboom got a little bit caught up in the moment there. She forgot where she was and just stepped back out on the track in the middle of everything. It got called for cutting, so we're going to have SRD start off this jam with a power jam straight up.
Taylor Swift would love to have that power jam.
She looks pretty happy about it.
Blockers out there, Husky Hellhound, Freda Cox and Stacey DC hoping to make it easy work for Taylor. But there is no such thing as easy work against Victoria.
Calamity Maim is just maiming Taylor Swift.
That was almost the pirouette block from Freda Cox.
VRDL just not giving an inch here to Taylor Swift.
They've given something. Their pivot is off to the right L penalty box. However, Taylor Swift back with the pack. She's got one blocker to get past, no problem. Outside line, she's through for lead jammer.
Swish Karaboom back out on the track. So Taylor Swift will try and get some points here while Swish Karaboom tries to get her initial pass. And I believe if I were her, I would be calling it off straight after that.
I suspect she will be.
Big hit there. Stacey DC hitting the track but got back up, popped up pretty quickly. 4 big points there for SRDL.
Terrific work. God, they're working so hard for every single point. There's only just over 2 minutes left in this half. Annabelle Lecter having a go at jamming.
Giles back out there with the star run for VRDL. Yeah, they are really having to work hard for these points, SRD, and every single one is well-earned points.
Flaming Galar rethinking his decision to start on the jack.
Big hit there. Giles takes the seed. SRD would say, I don't think so. But then she pops back up, finds the inside line, and blasts away.
Turns around as lead jammer. Low block called on
Chuck.
On Chuck.
Chuck had just got herself out of the penalty box.
She chucked the low block.
And she chucked the low blocker there.
Violet Van Slam unable to stop Giles.
She looks pretty unimpressed with herself there. I think Chuck is not very happy that she let that one go. Nice work there from Dynamite and Bianca Schiaretta.
Annabelle Lecter having some trouble avoiding a track cut there. Those Victorian blockers not making it easy at all. They're about to have their fourth jammer return to the track there. Chuck joining the blocker four there, making life very difficult for Annabelle Lecter. Slayer Kinney trying to help. Going for a star pass. Not sure there's any advantage.
Yeah, unfortunately, VRDL were very quick to pick that one up and nailed her straight away. No advantage gained there for Sydney.
It's certainly worth a try, though. Sydney going to have to pull out all stops to be able to make some points here.
Hopefully they're going to try and capitalise on the fact that we have Giles being sent to the penalty box, the Rydell penalty box, so we've got a power jam for Sydney Roller Derby League. And she thought she was free. She thought she made it out of there.
She was so nearly free.
Dynamite just tracked her down.
Victoria are nothing if not persistent.
Like a homing missile. She was just straight all over her. This is some
Slayer Kinney. Terrific persistence there. Up on the toe stops, managing to break her way through. But the clock is not her friend.
Indeed it was not.
Halftime being called. This is a great opportunity for us to tell you a little bit about our sponsors. Rod Train, who have provided an amazing media truck for us to play with here at the Adelaide Showgrounds.
It's epic, it's amazing, and you're not here to see it, but it's a thing of beauty. It's a giant black truck that they've just slid on in here, and it's got.
They may have drove it.
May have.
May have.
I believe it just magically appeared, like poof, and it was there.
Maybe. And then, of course, we do have Rydell, and they're the skate specialists here. Thanks so much to Rydell, and thanks for providing our penalty box. It provides a lot of players with somewhere to sit. BSS light audio visual that enable you to be able to hear us.
Without those guys, you wouldn't be able to hear us. We'll see what's happening here on the track, which right now, there is some spectacular morph suit dancing happening down. Yeah, it's a thing of beauty.
That's what happens when baby's got back.
He's got back. He's got to break it down. And a big shout out to the Little Adelaide Rollers, Under Rage with Derby Rage. They are actually the naming rights sponsors for the Track 2 penalty box, which both of these Track 1 and 2 penalty boxes, I must say, have seen a lot of action.
A lot of action.
A lot of action.
These,
way more action than us.
That may or may not be true.
Cannot confirm nor deny, but it's true. And a lot of these skaters are actually relying on Isogenics for all of their supplement needs to help them get through this weekend, because it has been 3 big days of Derby. So without those great supplements to help them charge through, I don't know if some of these players would have made it.
We have Hellcat clothing. Check out the lycra on those skaters. That's Hellcat clothing. Without
Hellcat clothing, we might have some naked Derby, and that would be just awkward for everybody.
Well, imagine the burns as they hit the ground.
Ooh. Especially on this cold concrete.
Oh, it's cold here. Anyone not from around these parts, it's cold as Tasmania.
Look, I'm from North Queensland, and it's a little bit nipply. Just going to put it out there. And a big shout out to Suitcase Photography, who are actually one of the supporters of ADRD all year round. And this is the second time they've been involved with the TGSS tournaments.
Just a little bit of friendly rivalry there between your mum and Flaming Galar, where he just put his notepad over the top of all of Flaming Galar's stuff as they change tables.
Just thought if I could just hide all of your panties, you
Yeah.
can't play. You can't play pantyless. You
I'd
can't
let
play
your mum
pantyless.
hide my panties.
What about stealing them? You can't play pantyless derby. It's unacceptable, and the referees won't allow it.
No, that's very true. Green Monster, however, Green Monster Roller Sports are big. Their total focus is to produce fresh ideas and innovative product design to the market of roller skating, specifically roller derby. That's us.
It is indeed. It is us. And Radar Wheels have donated a number of after party prizes.
You'll be able to see those prizes at the after party, won't you?
You just have to tell me all about it. I'm going to live vicariously through you.
I look forward to it.
Be sure to get your booty out there for me. And Faster Skates, some more fantastic wheels. They are
It's going to be the party of wheels, isn't it?
dual durometer wheels.
Unfortunately, you wouldn't have seen that, but a man in a Mexican wrestling mask just came over and stole one of our snakes.
And a libre.
Ana Libre. Haig's Chocolates. Really? Do you need me to say anything about Haig's Chocolates as...
What you don't know, you should know, and you should be eating Haig's chocolates.
Eat all of the Haig's Chocolates.
Eat all of the Haig's chocolates.
Eat them and then eat some more.
And
That's
then
what I say.
Then go and eat some more from the lunch lady who's feeding the herd this weekend. All of the zebes out there, all of our...
What's a zebe?
A zebe is one of the zebra herd, which is the affectionate term we have for our officials with their stripes,
They
their
do have
fabulous
stripes.
stripiness. And that includes also our NSOs, our non-skating officials, because without the referees or the NSOs, these bouts wouldn't happen.
Well, it'd be more of a battle royale.
It'd be chaos on the track.
Yeah.
It would definitely be interesting.
People would bring like baseball bats with nails hanging out. And
Yeah. I'm saying like Mad Max style. It would just get epically amazing.
It'd be amazing.
Blades on skates.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And One Stop Print, official printer for TGSS, they've made sure that we've got all of this awesome print media around it. Anyone who is here, which clearly you guys aren't, otherwise you wouldn't be listening to us, or maybe you would be streaming us while you're watching the bout, because we are amazing.
Now, of course, all of the skaters aren't able to skate at the same time in the same team. Pure Energy absolutely bringing it to Sydney in the dance-off that's happening here.
Talk derby to me.
There's some crazy dancing going on. I wish you could see it, because
They're breaking it down like James Brown.
yeah, you may be able to see Misinformed here dancing in front of us at the commentary box. She's a little bit uncoordinated, but we try not to tell her.
All right. I'm going to take a breather, take a break, have a timeout, and we'll catch you guys in the second half.
And we're back in track 1.
Boom. Psycho Dogo in the house.
Melodrama in the house.
Right, do you want to give us a bit of...
Shiznit.
Why are we talking like this?
I don't know. It's just all, the gangster rap that was on at halftime. It's got me all gangster.
It did kind of break you.
I was breaking it down like James Brown.
Yeah, James Brown.
Boom, it was happening. Luckily, no one threw their panties at me, though there might be some panty throwing if there's going to be some star passes. You know.
There's going to be some panty throwing. I think you can count on the star passing panty throws.
I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I want to see some more of the Vic Crotch.
I know.
Tunnel ball action for the star pass.
That was great.
That was.
Who was it? Was that Sindel?
I think it was.
Sindel, the crutch passer.
That was an awesome. It was great. It was either Sindel actually or
Anna War.
I think it was actually. I think it was Anna War.
I think though Sindel is up for a challenge though. She will be up for the start for the star pass under the Vic Crotch action.
The Vic Crotch.
Yeah, we just need to mention it to her.
We need a runner to get that message over to her over there.
Yeah.
So
I'm not running that far. That's like what, 10 meters, 20 meters.
Yeah, it's very far away.
Yeah.
So
and the game has started.
We're starting this second half off with SRD Power Jam, but not for long. Giles hot out of the bin.
And at about the same time, Anna Wall making way through as lead jammer. She's scoring a point.
SRD, little bump, taking Giles out and taking it all the way back. Some excellent bridging work there from the SRD blockers.
Anna Wall being very cautious not to cop a track cut there. She's gone back to the back of the pack there.
Calamity Main from VRDL in trouble for, I think it was a direction of play call.
Anna Wall managed to sneak up the inside there, scoring some 5 quick points.
And it was a great calling it off after she's been taken out, hit the track, skates in the air.
We love a bit of cooling off action. There's not enough of it.
No, there's not. I want to see more theatrics.
Theatrics in the cooling off.
I'm not a fan of these little flutter-by hip taps that a lot of the jammers are going for.
It's a little pat on the crotch. No, I don't want that.
Make it epic. Smash that hip.
Taylor Swift trying to shove Violet Van Slam into those Victorian blockers. Violet doing her best to get through, but to no avail.
Anaconda getting through, lead jammer out there for VRDL. For those playing at home, Mad Ballerina pirouette update only on 1.
On 1. Ooh, Taylor Swift did a little pirouette there.
It was.
Everyone else is doing pirouettes.
Everyone is in on this.
The pirouette action is hot, except for Mad Ballerina.
We've made it a thing. Everyone wants it on this action.
I didn't realise you'd made it a thing, but you did.
Oh, nice little apex jump there from Anaconda, who doesn't quite stick the landing, but she does nail it enough to get her 4 points up and calls off the jam.
The disappointing thing about that is that while it was mid-air calling the jam off,
it was still a little fluttered by once, wasn't it?
A little bit.
Mad Ballerina back out on the track. Let's see if we can add more to the pirouette score.
And let's see if Miss Indol can execute a star pass through the crotch.
I'll be keeping an eye out for that.
Both
VRDL should keep their legs closed. Keep it tight. Like their
That's not their style.
Like their mama told them. Mad Ballerina inside line. She is Suri lead jammer for VRDL.
Doesn't count. No pirouette.
No pirouette.
Miss Indol having some trouble getting through those blockers there.
Both of these packs. These
sticky.
blockers are hard.
Those blockers are sticky. Look at them sticking on each other.
Whoa, Mad Ballerina.
Sent off to the penalty box. Back block.
She's not sure about it, but
she's made a
she's not going to fight it. Whoa, VRDL. All of the VRDL sitting in the Rydell penalty box. Currently they have 2 blockers left out there trying to work hard.
Yeah, maybe they can rent out some seats from SRDL, but they don't need it. Miss Indol sneaking her way through on the inside line.
That was some nice footwork there from her. And we have Mad Ballerina standing up in the jammer bin, ready to get back out on the track. Oh, a big hit there from Dynamite.
Ooh.
Oh, referees didn't like that. Oh, no. I thought Dynamite was going to get called there, but
that was a face block.
apparently Miss Indol hurt Dynamite's shoulder with her face.
Mad Ballerina doing a 6-foot apex jump. I measured it just then.
That's amazing.
No pirouette. She could have easily landed that with the pirouette, but chooses not to. She's not giving the fans what they want.
360 in the air would have
She
made it a
goes
thing
through
of
on
beauty.
the outside line again. She's just scored 10 points in the time that it's taken us to talk about it.
Are you okay? Do you need a moment? And
I
breathe.
need a rest.
Oh, that
There's
was
another
just
5.
that was too easy. It's just a quick slide outside.
All of the skating things are easy for Mad Mel Arena. I think that's why we need to start putting up some boundaries.
Mad Mallarina looked like she was just dobbing Miss Knoll in there, just pointing out, going, she's on.
Annabelle,
She's there.
Annabelle Lecter and Great Balls of Fire causing a bit of trouble for her. Annabelle Lecter falling down. However, Smackstastic are managing to shove her blockers, Great Balls of Fire and Death Biffo, in Mellarina's way. That jam being called off.
The excitement is all happening here in the boutcasting.
Barely breathe.
It's all happening at the boutcasting bench. We've got Swish Caribou with the star back on Caribou.
She's up against Frida Cox.
Is she really afraid? She looks pretty fearless to me.
I think she is pretty fearless, actually.
She's copied it all over the place. Blockers, Perky Nana all over her.
She is trying to fend them off by the body wiggle. She's done a bit of a pirouette there, but she thinks she was out of bounds, so she goes back to the back of the pack.
Chuck threw her off the track, just chucked her.
Swish Caraboom finding the floor there. Those SRDL blockers being very persistent. Juicy Vengeance and Husky Hellhound.
Calamity Main from VRDL has spent a little bit of time here in the Rydell penalty box. Back in there again today.
And of course, the maximum number of penalties any player can have is 7. And then they go find the shower.
Swiss Caraboom with a little point there to Flaming Galah. How'd you like that one, coach?
Yeah, take that, boom! Another blocker in the bin. Tambalamba. No? Tambalam. Help me out here. Tambalam Slam?
Tambalam Slam. Tambalam Slam.
She's in the penalty box in any case. Mostly because of a name. I think it's a naming penalty.
Swiss Caraboom looking to her bench. Just looking for some advice on tactics from Flaming Galah. Tambalam Slam is up and getting ready to come back out. Sweet. Whoa.
Freda Cox managing to not switch Caraboom on her feet. Swish Caraboom stands there, eyeballs her.
A little jammer action. I liked it. Swish just running down the time there for her blocker to get back out of the bin. Just goes, I'm good. I've got enough points.
She said whatever.
Do what you want. I'll do what I want. Giles got the star back on it there for VRDL.
She's up against Anna Wall.
She is indeed. Anna War has been hitting this line a lot today. She's doing some great work out there as a jammer. Giles starting further back and going for the run-up, hoping to use that momentum to just power through.
Smackstastic trying to slow Giles down. No, unable to do so. She finds the inside line. Smacks then refocuses on the rest of the pack.
Anna of War is fighting hard to try and find some space here, but there is not even an inch of daylight out there in amongst those VRDL blockers. Oh!
And with 3 blockers heading towards the bin, Stacey DC, Slayer Kinney, and Great Balls of Fire.
We got another one coming around, another SRD.
And Sydney subscribing heavily to the Rydell penalty box. Giles calling that jam off. Sydney will start the next jam with only 2 blockers on the track.
And they've got one in a holding pattern. Smacktastica just waiting for a spare seat to open up for her to take a seat in the penalty box.
So that means she goes back out on the track.
Yeah, she...
spare part.
Whoops.
Who's missing a spare part?
Okay, we're going to have an equipment check. Someone's missing...
Is that a wrist guard?
Part of their wrist guard, yes. We found an owner. Lost and found. Works once again.
Referee's taking the opportunity to fix up the jammer line. It's getting a lot of action, really. They should just paint that one in.
It is getting a lot of action. Our fabulous sponsors, Adelaide Showgrounds. I'm not sure if they'd be too happy with us painting a track onto their fabulous pavilion floor.
What if we use nail polish?
That will totally work. It's just got to be glittery. Glitter must be involved.
Fair call, Slayer Kinney. No, Taylor Swift, sorry. Taylor Swift up on the jammer line.
Anaconda back out there. I haven't seen her on the jammer line for a little while. Anaconda. For a little while.
No.
In this half, anyway.
GC Vengeance smacks Taxacar, streaking out in front as the whistle blows.
Trying to hold Anaconda back, but to no avail. She's through to lead jammer. Dynamite trying to chase down Taylor Swift.
But she manages to make her way through. She's not the lead jammer, though, which is certainly what Sydney would prefer.
It's a very fast pack out there at the moment. Oh,
certainly is. Slayer Kinney absolutely going hell for leather to catch up to the pack. However, Anaconda calling that jam off.
She was taken out on the inside line by Smacktastica, who's now going to go spend her time in the bin. And
Smack's living up to a name.
Indeed, that was smacktacular. I don't think that Anaconda was very happy. I think she thought she got herself a sneaky point in there, and the referees were like, no go.
She's sneaky pointless.
She was indeed. It was double donuts out there. No points for anybody. And Mad Ballerina back on the line.
Against Miss Indole. Miss Indole taking the cheeky challenge. Look at the smile on her face. She's trying to go up the inside line, but geez, those Victorian blockers are giving them hell.
It's just one. It's just Chuck. Chuck was the only one out there just doing the lonely blocking, but she was doing a great job of it.
Oh. Stacey Deasy holding back Mad Melorina for the longest time. She has to do a pirouette to make her way through. Finally, the pirouette count is starting to grow. Stacey Deasy sent off. Taylor Swift
just rolled.
Oh no, sorry, Miss Indole.
She was just rolled. Oh, smacktastic, doing a smacktacular block. The referees didn't like it. I thought it was amazing. She just chucked Chuck up. She chucked her right up.
And there really isn't any pack going on here. There's a lot of skaters skating around at about 100 miles an hour.
There's a lot of really fast skating, and I'm not entirely sure anyone knows what's
giving
actually
off
going
this
on.
enormous breeze to us. I wonder if they'd mind calming down a little. It's gold.
Miss Indole looks a little bit confused as to exactly what's going on. I'm not entirely sure what's happening here. There's some, very, very fast skating.
Stacey Deasy taking the challenge of blocking Mad Melorina there. She has got her game face on. She is super serious, but has to let her go.
Oh, Mad Melorina going for a half pirouette. We're not going to count that one, but she got a nice love tap there. We got another pirouette.
She had to pirouette to get away from Annabelle Lecter, who is persistent and chases her down to the next turn. 5 points, though. Mad Melorina isn't phased by any of this.
She is not phased one little bit. She is mad, and she is Melorina. Oh, went for the apex jump, but didn't quite nail it.
I've only just got that name.
Quick on the uptake. Quick on the uptake over here. Two
Melorina.
Points. Melorina.
Like a ballerina.
Hence the pirouettes.
I didn't know.
Oh. We're a special bunch, us commie crew.
I'd like to thank my mum and dad for the superior education they've afforded me.
We've got Swish Caraboom out there for VRDL.
She's up against Taylor Swift.
And something you don't see very often these days, we've got both of the packs starting up on the pivot line.
Yeah, maybe they're not happy with the way the jam line isn't painted on.
There's no glitter.
No glitter.
There's no glitter. They are unimpressed with
I'm
the
fairly sure.
glitterless
I saw Violet Van Slam mouth to Freda Cox, "There's no glitter. What should we do?" Cox said, "Up to the jam line.
Just run away.
We'll force a painting.
Just run away from the jam line.
Force
We're going
that
to the
painting.
Going to the pivot line." And we have a morph suit lap going on here. And she made it all the way around, and she's done.
What makes you think it's a woman?
The boobies.
Ah, boobies. I wasn't looking at the boobies. That's not even true.
Don't lie.
The crowd is really starting to come alive. And of course, the more people there are in the pavilion, the warmer it is for us. So yay, more people.
Yay. If you're in Adelaide, you should be here watching this bout, watching it all go down and helping us be warm.
Warm is good. And Gibb takes off again. Big thanks to Maladjusted for doing the camera work here.
who is looking resplendent in his pink suit, complete with pink cons and a fabulous fez on his head.
It's an off-colour fez, though.
He looks...
Because the fez matches his, like, velour suit, his velvet suit. Yeah.
But it's still...
Oh, it's pretty good.
It's amazing. If anyone is going to pull off red and pink together, it's maladjusted.
That's very true. Very true.
So I just want to give a shout out to Adelaide Showgrounds, one of our major sponsors, obviously providing this fabulous venue that we are currently at, that we are calling from.
Yeah, I appreciate all the heating.
Or the lack thereof.
It is actually colder outside, so, you know, not really whinging.
Only just. And also a big shout out to Little Adelaide Rollers.
Indeed.
Underage and filled with Derby Rage. They are one of the sponsors here this weekend.
You can hear them cheering from the stands in that very, very high-pitched
if you can hear
shrill.
the preteen squeals, that would be... Are you talking to dolphins? What's happening?
I'm talking to Adelaide Little Rollers.
Is Flipper calling you? Flipper called, he said, stop eating my tuna.
Taylor Swift is ready.
And Swish Caribou is ready. And the
I think
Packs...
you're saying it wrong.
Swish Caribou?
I think it's Swish Caribou.
Oh, my apologies. I forgot the accent over the O. Swish Caribou! Lead jammer out there for VRDL.
She is, but Taylor Swift has made her way through the pack as well.
Actually, Taylor Swift has been called for a cutting. The referees are sending her to the bin. Not at all.
We like both jammers on the track.
She was so far away from the penalty box. That was a long skate to the short bin.
Oh, look, a grand slam from Swish Caribou.
So that happened. Swish Caribou coming around again. Trying. Oh, nice hit there. Peggy Spew giving her a touch-up. Oh, coming another touch-up from Freda Cox, but Swish Caribou still making it through for another grand slam. And we have Taylor Swift standing in the penalty box.
And the Sydney wall bracing itself. Violet Van Slam trying to hold back the tide there. Sox Corcoran. I mean Freda Cox. I don't know why I said Sox Corcoran. I just made up a name.
Just
Freda Cox.
assisting
there. Showing some flexibility in her roles there. She can be a blocker, a pivot, or a jammer. She doesn't mind. She can even be the orange girl.
And I heard she does a fabulous job at it.
Yeah. Although when I call her orange girl, I meant the girl that cuts up the oranges and brings them. I wasn't referring to any political affiliations in Ireland.
I thought you might have been referring to a dodgy spray tan she got once.
I'm not sure she does that.
Swish Caribou.
Boom!
She's just blasting around that track. She is on fire, racking up some fantastic grand slams. And look, she's just so casual about it. Just cruising.
Legging her way over.
Swish Caribou.
Boom! Violet Van Slam standing still there, holding back with Peggy Sue, trying to affect some nuisance to Swish Caribou. She's too casual with calling things off. She's like, yeah, whatever.
Whatevs, man. I'll do what I want.
She should call it off by making like a W with her fingers.
Whatevs.
Yeah. Whatevs.
Whatevs. Clearly not representing any West Side, East Side associations. Just saying whatevs.
Whatevs. Anna War.
Giles.
Yeah, go on. You talk.
Oh, you go.
No, you go.
Oh, you go.
Okay.
Is this as exciting for you guys at home as it is for us here? Because this is a pretty awesome bout. Look, the scoreline does not tell the tale of what is actually happening here on the track.
Absolutely not. Sydney Roller Derby League absolutely bringing it to Victoria. They are not having an easy time at all. They're earning every point that they work for. They're obviously working very hard though, because that's another... Oh, that's a lead jam to Giles.
This Rydell penalty box is sure getting a workout today. There are lots of people spending a lot of time in the bin. Oh, big hit there from Perky Nana, but... Oh no, Sniper! Sniper on the track.
And War back on her feet.
Made it through the pack and then just was taken out by a Sniper. I think that was because there was no glitter on the track.
It's absolutely missing here, and it's absolutely the only criticism I would make of the whole tournament. The lack of glitter has been stark.
It has been indeed.
Bocca's trying to help Anna War through.
She's
got the full complement here. Smackstastica being the last one to engage there.
Nice work there from Anne of War, going from the outside to the inside.
Taking advantage, calling them back.
Taking advantage of her power jam she has going on at the moment.
Anne of War having to charge her way through there. One foot in front of the other. However, Giles is back on the track. Absolutely goes smack into the back of Smackstastica and Death Biffo.
But clearly in a completely legal contact way.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Because we were not questioning the officials.
Anna Wall managing to tiptoe her way through for another 5 points. Now getting another 4. However, not helpful because Giles does the same thing.
Giles just blasted through that inside line, found that little bit of daylight, and away she went. Little cheer there from the SRDL bench.
Was it a cheer or was it like a whale mating call?
I think it was a combination of column A and column B. But they were excited because they have racked themselves up to 52 points.
50 points, Sydney. Well done.
55 points. Yeah, they've cracked that 50 barrier. They're pretty happy.
Well earned.
As they should be, because this VRDL team is just... They're a team of well-oiled machines.
They are focused.
They are indeed very, very focused.
They do have a few penalties up in the box, particularly Calamity Mame, I believe, is looking at just one more penalty before she goes bye-bye.
Ew. You don't want that to happen in a final.
No one wants to go bye-bye.
Nobody wants to go bye-bye.
No, there's 14 whole minutes left. And I think we've seen with the pace that these players are bringing to the track, 14 whole minutes is maybe another 30, 40 jams.
Pretty much. It is a blistering pack out there. The pace is phenomenal. There's lots of fast skating.
Freda Clocks acknowledging the great crowd that has been incredibly supportive here, and it's really cold and early in the morning, so a particular shout out to the crowd for participating today. Thankfully, it is an excellent game, so they are being rewarded.
It was well worth it. It was well worth it. Definitely. It is a pleasure to be here at TGSS calling the Div 1 versus 4 semi-final with the fabulous Melodrama.
I'm pleased too.
Good to see you. Glad to see you still alive. Still with me. Freda Cox, Anaconda, hitting the line. Here we go.
Anaconda shoving her way through there. Freda Cox trying to find an outside line. Doesn't find it. Has to go to the inside.
Hasn't made it through yet, but there was some nice footwork there from Freda Cox.
She's doing some spooning there. Spooning Victoria. That doesn't pay off.
Anaconda.
One-footed.
One-footed and a little wonky, but she made it through. And here comes Freda Cox. Skate Bush charging out as fast as she can out of that penalty box.
She's got a very unusual skating style. I only just noticed that.
She does indeed. It's an
amble, a stomping amble.
It's definitely different. It's definitely different. But, you know, clearly it works for her.
Sindel back on the jam line. She's on with Mad Millerina.
Let's see if we can rack up some more pirouette points. For those playing at home, we are currently on 3 pirouette points.
Mad Millerina hasn't been really putting in the effort that I would like to see with the pirouettes.
We threw the challenge down. I really thought she would have ramped it up, but I think she's just too focused.
Focus smokers. She said she would take the challenge. Where's her focus there? Mad Millerina putting her finger up, saying, what's going on?
Get out of my face, man. Get out of my face.
Juicy Vengeance sent off. Mishindol about half a track behind the pack. The pack going back to meet her, but it doesn't matter because Mad Millerina calls it off.
Just oh so casually. Not sure if Mad Millerina is currently very happy with her skating today. She doesn't look very impressed with herself.
She shouldn't be impressed. 3 pirouettes. What's that about?
I'm a little disappointed.
I was watching another game of hers and she did like 4 pirouettes in the 5 minutes I was there.
I'm pretty sure she would have racked up at least 20 against TVRD the other day. So on the line, swish, karaboom.
She's on the line with Taylor Swift.
Having a little chat.
She's not happy with Taylor Swift.
Having a little jammer chat.
Yeah.
Taylor
Swift trying to break through that pack. But the pack just reforms. They're like the Terminator.
Swiss Boom just blasted it through. Just definitely making her presence known to the SRD skaters there. But the referees didn't like it, sending her to the bin.
That's it. The referees too are getting very, very tired of this no pirouette deal that's coming from Victoria.
Understandably so. It is
So
very disappointing.
twirl, let your light shine. Taylor Swift is through. She's lead jammer. She's looking for what to do, but she's looking at her pack. She keeps going.
I don't think she realised quite that she had herself a power jam, but not for long. Swish Karaboom standing up.
That's
Exciting.
5 points. Crowd certainly appreciates it. They want to see more. One more. They say one more, but Swish Karaboom is on the track.
Now, Swish Karaboom has made her initial pass, I believe, so she is in scoring position.
Death Biffo doesn't like to see her get away. There was no scoring position there. So
she, because she was called for her penalty while she was halfway through the pack.
Nisendal unfortunately not calling it. Oh, she did call it in time.
Just in time.
No points for that pass.
By the squeak of her teeth.
The persistence of all the blockers here has been an absolute mark of this game. All blockers are really putting in absolutely all the effort that they have and being very persistent, chasing down players, really going for it, not worrying about how much it's going to hurt tomorrow.
Exactly. Quality track work, quality pack work out there on the track, I should say.
The other thing I've noticed is with all the players in the penalty box, they've all been very courteous to the penalty box staff. So
It's always good to be friendly with the penalty wranglers.
yes.
Not too friendly, because that means you're spending
No
far
kissing.
too much time.
No
far
kissing.
Far too much time in the penalty box.
Oh yes, time. Yes, I thought you meant kissing.
Well, that's not allowed either. We don't want to see that. Anaconda blasting through for a grand slam there.
And Anna War stuck behind those pesky Victorian blockers. Their pack is there. Anaconda still persistently wrangling through them. Arms and legs tangled, but she makes her way through finally.
Anna Ward step on
Anna
the
Ward.
inside.
What did I call her? Anaconda.
You
Getting
did.
my Annas mixed up.
Too much Anna.
Lucky I'm not commentating with anorexia.
That'd just be way too much Anna. Whoa, Anna Ward. Gone for a big move there. Taking out the outside line. And it looks like we've got Sam Bam Lam Slam in trouble with the referees for that one. For that big hit on Anna War heading to the penalty box, Rydell penalty box.
Thanks, Rydell. Anna War having some trouble getting past that last blocker. That last Victorian blocker. And in the meantime, Anaconda takes that up the inside line.
I think that's Perky Nana with that Perky bottom. Has been all over his
Perky
jammers today.
Nana.
Perky Nana. Almost sounds like she's teasing him at the same time.
She is teasy, Perky Nana. Yes, and of course Perky Nana originating from New Zealand. So hello to New Zealand viewers today. Flaming Galar nearly losing his voice, saying goal, 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 goal.
Yeah, I thought he was doing his Galar call.
Goal, goal.
Mad Ballerina back with the star. Should we try and get her attention and tell her she's only done 3 pirouettes? I really think we should.
I'm trying to tell Miss Indole to tell Mad Millerina.
Trying to use my psychic powers. It's just not going to work.
She's looking at what's she doing? She's trying to organise the pack.
She's clearly a
Oh,
bum
no,
girl. She was just pointing. That's a nice bum.
She's just. Oh, she could have done a pirouette there. She could have.
Taken the outside line, but the blocker went out with her as well. So she's through, but she's not going to get the lead jammer status there.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, big
Doesn't
apex
stop her.
jump on the inside line there from Mad Ballerina. And we have a pirouette.
Missendol managing to get the lead jammer status. The whole crowd wants her to call it. Her bench is telling her to call it, but alas, she can't get past the blocker and she doesn't want to call it. Mad Millerina stuck behind some blockers there. However, she manages to get through. 5 points.
Gets herself a grand slam.
She's pretty pleased with herself, but we're not pleased because...
No pirouettes. There was 1 pirouette. We had 1. We are now up to 4.
Really?
4 pirouettes.
I didn't see it. She's going to have to do some pirouettes for me later.
I really want to see this pirouette score get a lot higher.
Oh,
It's
Bring
far
it
too low.
bring it on.
I thought for sure we would have been in double digits by now. Not sure what's happening.
Juicy Vengeance. Jamming for Sydney. Have we seen this before?
No.
No
Actually,
Juicy Vengeance. Actually,
this is the first time Juicy Vengeance has hit the line with the star on. It's going to be good.
She rocks the star.
Going head to head with Swish.
I mean, it's the bacon socks, really.
Paraboom. Those bacon socks, they're just so tasty. Making me
Great
so
balls of fire
hungry.
trying to make a hole for her.
Oh! She thought she found some space, but Jam is being taken out all over the place.
Someone's done for a track cut, and it wasn't me.
And it wasn't either of the jammers either, which is good to see. We like seeing both jammers on the track.
No. However, the Victorian jammer.
Swish Boom doesn't look very happy that she doesn't have a lead jammer. Did you see the glare down on her jammer ref? She looks just really amused at what just happened. Why wasn't I lead jammer? What's going on?
She had a no pass, no penalty.
She did indeed. She still did not look impressed with her jammer ref for not getting lead jammer.
Well, it doesn't bother Colonel Panic, I've got to say.
He just went, whatevs.
Yeah, he shoulders it.
Took a leaf out of Swish's book and just went, whatevs, man, whatevs.
There are 6 minutes left on the jam clock, and Sydney has called a timeout. We can just hear what they're saying. We can pass that on to you viewers at home. Mr. Spew, bench manager, is saying, if they're not going to do pirouettes, we're not going to do pirouettes.
I think he also said something along the lines of skate hard and hit one of the white pitches. White shirts.
Yeah, Whoa.
Whoa. Skate hard and hit a VRDL, lady.
Yes.
Skate hard and hit some VRDL,
yes.
ladies.
We're sorry to all the white supremacists out there. We didn't mean to offend your sensibilities. That's not what roller derby's about.
It's all about equality and getting everyone involved. That's why they have crazy people like us involved, because they accept...
No standards.
They accept everybody.
No standards.
There are no standards.
Anaconda up on the jammer line for VRDL, and she's up against Taylor Swift from Sydney.
Taylor Swift just putting down her skates and charging hard. Calamity Mame is all over her, though.
Yeah, charge as hard as you like. Calamity Main can hold back a tide.
She can indeed. She was not moving.
Taylor Swift makes her way through. Hard work gets her there. Anaconda calls the jam off as soon as her blocker manages to make her way back onto the track, giving a full compliment to Victoria.
Love a full compliment. Here's a full one for you. You're looking fabulous today.
Thank you very much, and you look fabulous yourself.
Thank you. It's the hair, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Mad Ballerina back out there with the SAR. Can we make it to at least 5?
More pirouettes! More pirouettes!
It would have been easier with the microphone. I'm not sure if you could hear that, but pirouette. She's ignoring us.
She is indeed.
That's not going to be good.
We need a chant from the crowd.
Yeah. How do we do that? Our crowd is actually
Anne of
elsewhere.
War has made it through. Lead jammer, Sydney Roller Derby League, Anne of War. And the crowd goes crazy. A lot of support here for the Sydney Roller Derby. A lot of respect. They're playing an awesome game out there.
They've certainly played hard. Annabelle Lecter trying to hold back Mad Ballerina as long as she could, but the whole pack thing getting in the way.
The pack thing. That thing that's happening.
The pack thing, you know, the thing with the pack. Anne of War having to call that jam off. She got a bit battered, more battered than us have.
More battered than a deep fried Mars bar. She was pretty beaten and bruised out there. I think she was a little unhappy that there wasn't a penalty called. I think she thought she copped a high shot to the face. To the face.
To her face.
To her beautiful, beautiful face.
Swish Caraboom trying to start the jam without any helmet panty on.
Now, what did I say earlier? You cannot...
No panties, no play.
No pantyless derby, people. No pantyless derby. Oh,
Taylor Swift choosing not to go through the crutch, instead going through the outside line, handing off the star to Annabelle Lecter.
Annabelle Lecter out the front. She's not going to get a lead jam, obviously, because of the star pass, but she is out in front. Oh, Swish Caraboom.
Some more flair, Swish. Let's see some more flair when you call it off.
Oh, so casual. Oh, look. Oh, so casual with the flutterby call.
Annabelle Lecter holding up the hand saying, what you going to do to Swish Caraboom? Swish Caraboom calling that jam off. There is a fierce, fierce rivalry and a strong, strong friendship between these two teams. It is wonderful derby to watch.
It is great derby to watch. It's definitely top quality derby. And it's always good to see the derby love between the leagues. Everyone loves the derby love.
Did you say between the leagues or between the legs?
Leagues.
Less than 3 minutes left on the clock here. Miss Indol trying to get her way through, but
Call for a
the
cutting.
track.
Giles bumped her out and tried to take her back, and I think Miss Indol just missed Giles running backwards there.
Giles goes through, past her initial pass. Her blockers trying to smash the Sydney wall, but the Sydney wall tries to run away. It's a good tactic, and it's working so far, but however, the wall is broken. 5 points. Miss Indol stands up in the right penalty box.
She's up, she's ramped, she's ready to go. Just got to wait for the wranglers to let her loose, and she's off and racing. Anaconda bumped out on the outside line. Decides she's going to try for a few more points before she calls off the jam.
Annabelle Lecter using one of the players as a missile. That was Slayer Kinney there.
Threw her like a bowling ball.
Miss Indol through on the inside line. Fancy footwork. Great work. Sydney focusing again on the wall, but not able to hold her back. Unfortunately, Violet Van Slam having to go with it, still conceding 3 points.
At least it was only the 3, though, with one of their blockers holding on and holding out until the last moment, I believe.
Mad Mallarina choosing to ignore the calls of pirouette from the crowd.
Looks like we've got ourselves an official timeout happening right now.
No, it's actually a Victorian timeout. It's officially a Victorian timeout.
My apologies, it officially is.
Well, you know, I don't think it's something you should be that sorry for. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
It's okay.
It's not as big a deal as no pirouettes happening out there from Mad Mallarina.
Oh, I know. What do we do? Do we write it on a post-it note, send it out with one of the referees?
Just stick it to one of the refs' backs,
Really?
maybe. We should stick it to someone's bum.
Oh, she'd certainly be looking.
She's-
Although she'll touch it off.
She's always there for the bum touch, but hopefully it'll catch her eye and we might get some attention that way.
Yeah, right.
Try as they might, the crowd cannot get Mad Mallarina to acknowledge the calls for pirouettes. And by crowd, I mean us.
Crowd of 2.
The crazy loons with the microphones.
Taylor Swift stuck behind the blockers there. Freda Cox trying to help out, trying to make a hole for her.
SRD with some great blocking there, holding Mad Mallarina back for a little while, but she's
Great
found
balls
that
of
space.
fire. A terrific assist there. Allowing Taylor Swift through. Mad
Oh,
Mallarina.
Mad Mallarina, massive apex jump and a pirouette.
But Freda Cox bumping her midway, forcing the pirouette. Thank you, Freda Cox.
Thank
we
you, Freda Cox.
appreciate your efforts.
We will definitely give you points for the assist on that one. That
We
was
do
great.
need to do that. Freda Cox brings a lot to this game. Pirouettes being one of those things.
She is the pirouette.
There's
whisperer.
another star pass going on. Freda Cox has it in her hand. She's trying to barge her way through, but let's face it, she's only 3 feet tall. She
Yeah.
hasn't put the star on. She's still making her way through. She's trying to make her initial pass. Oh my goodness, I want to get out there and help her. I
Now-
don't think I would help her.
And breathe. I'm glad that you called that because I actually couldn't see Freda Cox in the middle of that pack there because she's
She's
quite
below
tiny.
the line of the
She is
crowd.
below the line.
Yeah, it's terrific. You know.
Oh, some great skating there from Freda Cox. She thought she'd found that space and then just one last minute.
Freda Cox is, of course, a focused athlete. She is a terrific sports person and a great ambassador for this game. She just needs to put that star on, and then she can score some points. But there's not much point putting the star on until you make your initial pass. You don't want that to fall off, do you?
Definitely don't want to be dropping panties. So we have another pirouette. We're up to 6.
I missed like 3 of the 6.
It's lucky I am keeping tally here. Focused on the this game.
Freda Cox acting as a blocker there.
Didn't quite pull it
Mello.
off.
Mad Mallarina not happy with that back block call. She says, no, Freda Cox blocked me. However, that's not what the referees saw.
She is not happy, Jan.
Referee sending Screw Barrymore off, I believe, for a multiplayer block. You can't invite your mates over and all have a block together. So Screw Barrymore joins Mad Melorina in the Rydell penalty box.
But they're not going to be there for very long because that is the end of the game. But they were just getting information. But at the moment, unofficial final, we have VRDL have won this one, heading straight for the grand final with 353 points. Nothing to be taken away from Sydney Roller Derby League, though. 71 big points. 71 big points.
What a blinder.
It was, indeed.
Not only did they have 71 big points, they forced pirouettes.
They did. They forced at least 3 of those pirouettes.
They did the under the crutch star pass.
The Vic Crotch Star Pass.
That was tremendous.
That's definitely a highlight of
I've
for
never
me.
seen that.
I have
That
not
is
either.
a new standard.
The tunnel ball.
Thank you, Sydney Roller Derby League.
Really,
The
just
tunnel ball.
the tunnel ball Star Pass.
Okay.
You
And
know
they
what I'm
say,
talking
ha!
This has been a great matchup. That's, like I said, the scoreline does not tell the true tale of what
It was a
happened here.
tremendous game. I
on the
enjoyed
track.
it thoroughly.
I did indeed as well. Make sure you stick around. We've got plenty more action to come. Coming up next, we have the Div 2 semi-finals. 1 versus 4 happening here on this track.
That'd be cool.
The winner, obviously, going through to the grand finals,
That'd be very cool.
which is VRDL going through to the grand final for Div 1. Now, that will be happening later on this evening, so be sure to stick around. There will be much more epicness happening. And I'm Psycho Ducko from Towns Villains Roller Derby.
And I am Melodrama from Inner West Roller Derby League.
And it's been our pleasure to bring you this fantastic bout. Thanks, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Goodbye.